There is a force more powerful than thought, more ancient than language, and more transformative than action. That force is silence. In a world obsessed with noise, external and internal, we have forgotten the incredible power that lies in stillness. But what if silence isn't just peaceful? What if it's a portal, a doorway into deeper consciousness, enhanced energy, and true transformation? For thousands of years, mystics and sages have claimed that meditation can change your life. But they didn't just mean it makes you calmer or more relaxed. They meant it quite literally, that meditation rewires your brain, realigns your energy field, and opens hidden pathways to higher perception. Today, meditation is often reduced to a stress relief tool or productivity hack, but the truth is far deeper. Ancient traditions taught that through silence, one could commune with the divine, access universal intelligence, and even alter the trajectory of their destiny. So what really happens when you sit in stillness and observe your breath? Why does such a simple practice have the power to heal trauma, awaken intuition, and dissolve inner chaos? And more importantly, why has this knowledge been forgotten, suppressed, or ignored in the modern world? In this video, we'll explore the hidden science behind how meditation affects your brain and energy body, the ancient wisdom that treated silence as a divine teacher, the spiritual mechanics of how inner stillness reshapes your outer reality, and how you can use meditation as a portal to unlock your true potential. Prepare to experience silence not as emptiness, but as pure power, the forgotten power of silence. Before the first temple was built, before the first scripture was written, there was silence. And from silence, all wisdom emerged. Long before neuroscience could scan brain waves, ancient cultures already understood the profound impact of meditation, not only on the mind, but on the soul and the fabric of reality itself. To truly grasp the real reason meditation changes your life, we must go back to the source. 1. Vedic India, meditation as divine union. In the Upanishads, written over 2,500 years ago, silence was not seen as absence, but as presence. When the mind becomes silent, the self reveals itself, the sages wrote. Meditation wasn't used to relax. It was practiced to merge with Brahman, the infinite consciousness that underlies all existence. The ancient yogis developed mantras, breath control, pranayama, and dhyana, meditative absorption, as ways to still the body and pierce the illusion of the material world. To them, silence was not emptiness, it was the language of God. 2. Buddhist traditions, mindfulness as liberation. In Buddhism, meditation, samadhi, is a central pillar of enlightenment. The Buddha taught that through focused awareness and mindful breathing, the practitioner could transcend suffering and see reality as it truly is, impermanent, interconnected, and ultimately empty of ego. What's often forgotten is that the Buddha reached enlightenment through complete inner stillness, sitting beneath the Bodhi tree in absolute silence. That moment wasn't passive. It was a cosmic alignment, a transformation of consciousness through complete presence. 3. Taoism, the power of Wu Wei and inner stillness. The Taoists revered Wu Wei, or effortless action, a state achieved when one is in complete harmony with the flow of the universe. Meditation in Taoist traditions was not about doing, but about undoing, dissolving resistance, quieting the internal chatter, and aligning with the Tao. The Tao Te Ching teaches, silence is a source of great strength. They believed that through stillness, qi, life force energy, could circulate freely, rejuvenating the body and connecting the spirit to the cosmos. 4. Christian mysticism and the Desert Fathers. Early Christian mystics, especially the Desert Fathers and Mothers of the 3rd and 4th centuries, practiced what they called hesychia, a Greek word meaning inner quiet. For them, silence was a sacred space where the soul could hear the whisper of the divine. They would retreat into the desert not to escape the world, but to enter the presence of God through contemplative silence. One mystic wrote, "Silence is the Sabbath of the soul." 5. Hermetic and esoteric traditions. In the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, silence was revered as the key to inner transformation. Alchemists and mystics understood that before any external change could occur, one must experience an internal purification through meditation and stillness. The phrase, "as above, so below," was not just about cosmic symmetry. It was about the alignment of inner vibration with universal laws, and silence was the tuning fork. Across all traditions, we find a repeating pattern. Meditation is not about escaping life. It's about entering it more deeply. Silence is not emptiness. It's the field where all energy transforms. In the next section, we'll break down exactly what happens in your brain, body, and energy field when you enter deep meditation, and why this one practice has the power to reshape your mind and rewrite your reality. What actually happens when you meditate? Meditation may look simple, just sitting still, breathing, doing nothing. But beneath that simplicity is a cascade of profound transformations, not just in the mind, but in the entire energetic and neurological system. This is not only mystical, it's scientific, it's alchemical, and it's real. Let's start with the brain, because something remarkable begins to happen the moment you close your eyes and go within. 1. Meditation rewires your brain. Literally. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what ancient sages intuitively knew. Meditation changes your brain structure and function. When you meditate, especially in silence or focused breathwork, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for focus, decision-making, and compassion, grows thicker over time. The amygdala, your fear and stress center, shrinks, reducing anxiety and emotional reactivity. The default mode network, the region responsible for overthinking and self-criticism, quiets down, allowing peace and clarity to arise. This means meditation doesn't just feel good. It's physiologically sculpting a calmer, wiser, more focused version of you. 2. Your brainwaves shift into a new reality. Most people operate in beta waves, a state of alert thinking, stress, and distraction. But in meditation, your brain transitions through different states. Alpha waves bring calm focus and creativity. Theta waves open the door to deep subconscious insight, inner healing, and memory reprogramming. Delta waves, in very deep meditation, are associated with transcendental states, intuition, and spiritual visions. These slower brain waves allow access to non-linear thinking, emotional healing, and altered perception, what mystics would call higher consciousness. 3. Meditation unlocks the parasympathetic nervous system. Your body has two main operating systems: the sympathetic system, fight or flight; the parasympathetic system, rest, digest, and heal. Most people live in a constant state of stress, chronically activating the sympathetic system. But meditation acts like a switch, turning on the parasympathetic response and allowing the body to lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, slow the heart rate, trigger cellular regeneration, release healing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. This is why many people report physical healing, better sleep, and improved health just by sitting still. 4. Silence is an energetic reset. Beyond the body and brain lies something more subtle: your energy field. In esoteric teachings, Meditation is said to cleanse and recharge the aura, realigning your frequency with universal intelligence. When you meditate deeply, your chakras begin to harmonize. Stagnant emotional energy is transmuted. You become more sensitive to intuition and synchronicity. You shift from reacting to life to co-creating with it. This is the mystical core of meditation. It doesn't just heal you. It recalibrates your entire vibration to align with higher consciousness. But this is only half the story. In the next section, we'll go even deeper into the spiritual mechanics of meditation. Why silence is considered a portal, how it reshapes your personal reality, and why who you become in stillness can change everything outside of it. Silence as a portal to inner transformation. We've explored how meditation reshapes the brain, calms the body, and balances your energy. But what about the deeper dimension? Why do mystics speak of silence as a portal, a gateway, or even a sacred technology? The real reason meditation changes your life is not just because it helps you relax. It's because it opens a doorway to a more refined version of reality, one that you've been tuned out of. 1. The disappearance of the I. As you go deeper into meditation, the sense of self begins to dissolve. Not in a dangerous way, but in a liberating one. The ego, the constant narrator, the identity clinging to fears, labels, and outcomes, quietly slips away. You are no longer the thinker. You become the observer. And in that moment, something magical happens. You realize you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your name, your job, your story. You are pure awareness. This realization is not intellectual, it's experiential. And once you've tasted that stillness, even for a moment, it alters how you see everything. 2. Thought becomes creative energy. In deep meditation, you begin to observe a fascinating truth. Thought is energy. And in the silence of meditation, you see how your energy shapes your reality. In ordinary life, your thoughts are scattered, noisy, unfocused. But in meditation, when the mind becomes still, thought becomes laser-focused, creative force. This is why in many spiritual traditions, manifestation practices are done after deep meditation, because it is only when the mind is silent that pure intention can be seeded into the energetic field without resistance. Silence is not passive. It is potent stillness, like still water that perfectly reflects the heavens. 3. Silence connects you to the field of infinite intelligence. In mystical and quantum terms, the universe is an interconnected web of vibrating energy and information. The deeper you go into meditation, the more you quiet your mind, the more you begin to tune into that universal field. In this field, insights arrive out of nowhere. Answers appear before the question is complete. Visions, memories, and intuitive knowledge begin to surface without effort. This is not imagination. This is resonance. Your consciousness syncing with the deeper intelligence of the cosmos. You are no longer separate. You are part of the whole. 4. Meditation changes the way you interact with reality. Once you begin meditating regularly, you'll notice something strange. People respond to you differently. Synchronicities increase. Things that once triggered you now dissolve into clarity. Why? Because your internal frequency has changed, and as a result, so has your external experience. This is not just theory. Countless practitioners report that after a period of committed stillness, their lives begin to reorganize, to align with what's true, authentic, and necessary for their growth. You become magnetic, grounded, centered in a kind of peace that no external chaos can shake. In the next section, we'll explore how to begin or deepen your meditation practice, offering simple, powerful techniques that can unlock these transformative effects. Because meditation isn't something you do, it's something you become. How to meditate for real transformation. You don't need a temple, a mountain cave, or years of silence to access the transformative power of meditation. What you need is consistency, sincerity, and a deep respect for stillness. Here's how to begin, or deepen, a meditation practice that goes beyond relaxation and into revelation. 1. Create a sacred space for stillness. Where you meditate influences how you meditate. Even if you don't have a dedicated room, create a small space that signals peace, a corner with a candle, a plant, a crystal, or a meaningful symbol. This becomes your anchor, a reminder to the mind. Here we turn inward. 2. The foundational practice, breath awareness. How to begin? Sit comfortably, with your spine upright. Close your eyes and bring your full attention to your breath. Feel the cool air entering your nose and the warm air leaving. Don't control it, observe it, like watching waves in the ocean. What happens? As you stay with the breath, the mind begins to slow down. Thoughts will still arise, but instead of following them, you simply notice them, like clouds passing in the sky. With time, the space between thoughts grows, and you begin to sink into the stillness beneath the noise. 3. Mantra. Meditation. Vibrating with the infinite. The ancients knew that sound is energy. Repeating a sacred phrase or mantra helps still the mind and attune your vibration to higher consciousness. Try this. Silently repeat the mantra, so hum, on the breath. Inhale, so, meaning I am. Exhale, hum, meaning that. Together, I am that, a reminder of your unity with all things. You can also use Om, A-U-M, or a word that resonates with your own spiritual path. 4. Silence is the goal, not the obstacle. Many beginners fear silence, believing they must be doing something. But silence is not what's in the way. It is the way. Meditation is about entering that silence and letting it speak. The more you surrender, the deeper the guidance you receive. 5. Begin with 10 minutes a day. You don't need to sit for hours. Start with 10 minutes, ideally at the same time each day. Early morning or just before sleep are powerful windows. Gradually, you can extend the time, but even short sessions, done consistently, can lead to profound shifts. 6. Keep a meditation journal. After your session, take 2 to 3 minutes to write what you felt. What arose? Was it peaceful, chaotic, insightful? Did you receive any messages, symbols, or emotions? This practice trains your mind to witness your inner world with awareness and helps you track your evolution. 7. Go beyond technique. Become the stillness. Eventually, the techniques fall away. You no longer observe the breath. You no longer repeat a mantra. You simply are, present, aware, still. This is the point where meditation becomes transformation. Not something you do, but something you embody. A stillness you carry into every moment of your life. In the final section, we'll reflect on this ancient power you now hold and why returning to silence might be the most revolutionary act in a noisy world. Returning to the power of silence. In a world that constantly demands noise, speed, and stimulation, the act of sitting in silence may seem insignificant, even rebellious. But silence is where you meet yourself. It is the place where illusion falls away, where the mind dissolves and the soul begins to speak. Through this journey, you've discovered that meditation is not an escape from life. It is the key to living it fully, consciously, and in alignment. Let's reflect on what we now know. Meditation rewires your brain, healing anxiety and sharpening awareness. It activates your body's innate healing systems, calming the nervous system and restoring balance. It purifies your energy field, harmonizing your frequency with universal intelligence. And perhaps most powerfully, it reveals that you are not your thoughts, not your fears, not your past. You are awareness itself, still, spacious, and free. So what happens when you truly commit to this practice? Your inner world transforms. And slowly, the outer world begins to reflect that transformation back to you. Suddenly, life flows with more ease. People show up differently. Synchronicities increase. Decisions feel clearer. And peace becomes your natural state. Not because the world changed, but because you did. So here is your invitation. Start with just a few minutes a day. Make space for the silence. Let it teach you what words never can. Because the real reason meditation changes your life is because it shows you the truth of who you really are. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful insights into spirituality, consciousness, and ancient wisdom. Share your meditation experiences in the comments. We'd love to hear your journey.